Hi, I'm clever. That's my name, Clever. hmm And we're here to show you how you can make bread in a glass bowl with a spoon. It's fun and it's super easy. Hi, I'm Steve. I have viewers and subscribers as young as 7 using my recipe and technique to make bread. Like these. It's really very easy, perfect for your first loaf. I'll be using 14 ounces cool water, 1 1/2 teaspoons salt, 1/4 teaspoon instant yeast, and 3 1/2 cups bread flour. I'm going to use a 3 1/2 quart glass bowl. We're going to start out with 14 ounces of water. I use tap water, right straight out of the tap. One and a half teaspoons salt. This is ordinary table salt. Now to get 1 1/2, I just allow it to be heaping. One-quarter teaspoon instant yeast. I'll just dip it in, shake it so it levels it. You don't have to be precise. Before I add the flour, I'm just going to stir this to mix. It always pays to blend the things you're going to use. 3 1/2 cups of bread flour. I'll start out with a 1/2 cup. Shake it to level it, then watch. I dump it on the side. If you put it in the middle, it'll splash. So you just dump it on the side. That was 1/2. Here's 1, 2, and 3. Notice I just shake it to level it. Now we're going to combine it. Now this technique is important. I use a spoon, I use a handle end of a spoon. The only thing you want to do is introduce the flour to the water. You don't have to use any energy. Watch, I'm just going around. You go around the outside to the middle, 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 around the outside to the middle. Now it's beginning to come together. Each of these techniques is important because that technique, I'm going around the outside, is what drew the flour into the middle. And look, almost all the flour is off the sides, almost all the flour is combined. But what I'm going to do is take my spatula, scrape the side. Now notice, I don't walk around the bowl, I just twist the bowl. I stay in one place, don't have to adjust my arm or anything. Now I'm going to tumble it. I'm just going to take it, turn it over, roll it in the bowl. And look, it all formed into one shaggy ball of flour. All I need to do now is cover the dough with plastic wrap and it's ready to proof. No-knead dough should be proof for 8 to 24 hours. I generally proof overnight on the kitchen counter. Wow! Did you see that? Steve made the dough in a glass bowl. Now all he has to do is leave it on the counter to proof overnight and Mother Nature will do the kneading for him. Super easy. The dough is proofed overnight. Now it's time to make the bread. This is going to be fun. And this is what your dough looks like. See, it's very wet, wiggles and so forth. Before we do that, I want to discuss the pans. You can bake in a 9x5 or 8 1/2 by 4 1/2. See, that's just a little bit smaller. Both sides work just fine. Now I'm going to show you a little gimmick that I do. I call this a poor man's Dutch oven. What I've basically done is I've tried to emulate a Dutch oven. That's what most artisan breads are baked in. But the reason I use bread pans is most people like to eat bread in a loaf size. So I'm going to make loaves. I'm going to make one in that pan and one in this. So we'll get started. First thing to do, spray the pans with no stick spray. Get all sides and the bottom. This bread pan, all sides and the bottom. This one will be on top, so I'm just going to get that edge there and that edge there. Show you how easy this is. Going to take my spoon, I'll go around the edge, bring it into the center, and it's now just a ball of dough. What that did is it took the gas out of it, shrunk the bowl down. Now, I just take it, scrape it into the pan, and you don't have to do anything else, because as the dough rises, it'll fill the pan. And here's the second loaf. I'm going to go around the outside, bring the dough into the center. There we go. I need my spatula. Here's the bottom pan. I'm just going to scrape that off into the bottom pan. I'm going to put the cover on it. The reason I wanted to show you the second one is this is my favorite way for making bread. I covered the bread pan with a lint-free towel and left it on the counter to proof. No-knead dough should be proofed for 30 minutes, and the oven should be preheated to 400 degrees. Did you see how easy that was? Steve just rolled the dough out of the bowl into the pan, and now the pan will shape the dough for him. Time to put the bread in the oven. I put the bread pans in the oven to bake. No-knead dough in a bread pan is baked for 40 minutes. No-knead dough in a poor man's Dutch oven is baked for 40 minutes with the top on and 3 to 15 minutes with the top off, depending upon how you like your crust. I took the bread pans out of the oven. I took the top off the poor man's Dutch oven and put it back in the oven for an additional 3 to 15 minutes to finish the crust. The bread is ready! The bread is ready! The bread is ready! Yippee! And here we are. Here's the wider loaf pan. This is a smaller, narrower loaf pan. Notice that this loaf is wider and lower. This loaf is narrower and taller. No right or wrong, just two different ways of making bread. If you like this video, the two videos I would recommend are No-Knead Bread 101 and How to Bake No-Knead Bread in a Toaster Oven. This recipe and others like it are in my cookbook, My First Bread Cookbook, for kids of all ages. The cookbook is specifically designed for you. Cookbooks and videos are available on my website, no-kneadbreadcentral.com. Please note, my technique has improved over time. My newer videos demonstrate the new technique, the older ones don't. But you can use the new technique as demonstrated in this video for all of my recipes. Thanks for watching.